And we're back. Welcome to Coach Gav Live, episode 41 with me, your host, Coach Gav from Kildare Strength and Fitness. Turn the camera a little bit more. Bingo. So, been a little while since I've hopped on and done a video, and just been busy. Just been my days, my schedules have switched up a little bit. So, the slot I usually film in, I wasn't free to film then, and kind of the rest of my day I just didn't put the time aside for it. And that's the first thing I want to talk about here. It could have been very easy for me to say there, oh well, you know, it's because I was really busy doing this and really busy doing that. We could always be really busy doing stuff, and the reality is it's just these videos are maybe 10-15 minutes. I could do them at any time of the day, and they're still done at that then as well. It just wasn't enough of a priority for me to make time for it. And that's the same for you with your health, with your nutrition, with your any of your goals, financial goals, mindset goals, self-expansion, self-growth, improving your life in any capacity at all. If you're not doing it, or if you're not making the time for it, it's just because you don't give enough of a shit. You don't care enough to put the time aside. You don't care enough to put aside 20, 30, 40 minutes for your training, 20, 30 minutes for cooking a decent meal, 15, 20, 30 minutes for study, meditation, reading, switching off, disengaging from the mundane loop going over again. You're not willing to take a step back and look at the big picture of your life and see what you're doing on a daily basis. I'm going to apologize about the background noise here. It's fairly windy, so the shutter's going to rattle a good bit. You just don't give enough of a shit. And that's it. That is simply it. And take it from someone who was probably close to being professional at not giving a shit about a lot of things. And I would go and I would just, oh, well, I'm so tired, I'm up so early. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I know people who work a lot harder for a lot longer time-wise than I do, and they still get stuff done. I just, wasn't looking after myself. So that's kind of a complete tangent straight off the bat, which is good for us then as well. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more over the month. I'm going to get a bit more consistent with the videos as we go on throughout this month, and this being kind of the birthday month for the gym. The 1st September, 2014, we started fitting out the original facility over Talkers, and then the 29th of September we took our first set of sessions on it. So we kind of like to milk it and celebrate the whole thing throughout the month. But I was driving home from Monster driving yesterday after dropping my little girl home to her mom's, and the fan belt went on the car. Couple of things occurred to me. One, I know nothing about cars. Do you ever see those memes kind of like, and I don't mean to sound sexist, so if you take this in a sexist way, tough. Where you see like the picture with the girls where they stand in the car and just kind of like tapping shit with like the wrench. That was me yesterday. Was driving on the motorway, I heard this pop noise, and I was like, that's a bit different. Car kept going, then I saw the battery light come on, then I saw the engine light come on, then I saw like the thermometer sign come on, which was I never got that one before. The petrol sign was on, because it's always on in the car. And what was the other one? Every light bar the handbrake light and the indicators were on pretty much on the dash of the car. Got back to Kilcullen and the car started rattling. I was like, this is a bit odd. So I rang my brother-in-law. Long story short, so the fan belt came off. I was like, oh, I pulled the belt out of the engine. I was like, oh, this is a bit weird. So anyways, this morning I dropped the car around to the mechanics here to get it fixed. And one thing became abundantly clear. It was like, there is a lot of stuff wrong with my car. Just because it's not being maintained, it's not being looked after. So all of those warning lights were on were due to different problems in the car. Now I know you're probably thinking, Jesus Gav, that's why they're called warning lights. They're warning you that something's wrong. But again, much like what some of us do with our bodies and with our lives, we push it to the max, we push it to the limit, we redline it for as much as we can until we go and address an issue. We push and we push and we push and we push, and we put it on the back burner the whole way until we absolutely have to deal with something. So my question to you today is, if you were a car right now, how many warning lights, how many issues would your body flag immediately? Imagine if in the palm of your hand or on your phone it came up on it showing you, well, you've got this is low, or that's wrong, or this is out of sync, this needs to be topped up, you need to change this for a new version of it, you've too much mileage on this then as well. You have too much wear and tear in it. how many of them would flag up for you as being not adequate? Not like, I mean, I popped the bottle today and the coolant was way below the minimum. Didn't even know that was coolant. My mom actually, she goes, you're low on that, you're low on that. I just went checking for the oil. So I checked the oil, filled up the windscreen wiper fluid, and then had to put the coolant in it then as well. On top of that, the fan belt needs doing, and then I'm guessing one of the tyres will need to be replaced, and then a spark plug or two needs to be changed as well. So there's like 6 things. And all those things together basically push it. And the car effectively was too dangerous to drive this morning. And you're kind of going, okay, well, if that's kind of how we are with the things in our life, how are we with the ultimate thing in our life, our body and our health? Where are we pushing the boundaries too far? Where are we saying, it'll be grand, it'll be grand, it'll be grand, I'll top it up in a second? And then when you do go to fix something, you're not actually fixing it. You're just tiding yourself over until kind of it actually blows up in your face, for lack of a better thing. And there's different things you'll see. Like, you'll see my skin around the eyes under here will flare up from time to time. They get quite red, get quite rashy. And that'll be just an issue that's come down from my eyes into the skin as well. So it all piles up then. If I don't look after my eyes and the skin around my eyes, then the skin under my eyes, around my cheeks, will get quite red and awful. Like, look, see, that's not exactly an attractive look, okay? It's also a sign that, you know, my health is a little... Same with my body fat levels, you know, it's an indicator. If they're going up, it's an indicator that, you know, whatever I'm consuming, whatever I'm doing, I'm pushing my body too far. Niggly injuries, kind of constantly getting worse. Constant levels of tiredness, mood swings, depression, all these different things then as well. You know, a constant state of fluctuating energy levels, high and low and high and low, and kind of like this. They're all, you know, memory issues, kind of paying attention, irritation. They're all indicators that your body's way of saying, hey, bowel issues as well, one we all overlook, you know, in the loo an awful lot, flatulence, things like that then as well. You know, they're all signs that it's the body's way of saying, hey, look, this we need to stop doing this. This is not right for us. This is not optimal for us. And that's what it is. You know, kind of, we're trying to get the body in optimal shape as best we can based on the resources we have. Now, notice the word was never perfect. We're not trying to get the body in perfect shape. And that even, like, perfect is different for me, from you, and everyone else then as well. Perfect for me now is different than perfect for me 8 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago. As my goals change, so does my approach. So, again, if you were a car today, what would your health flag up as? What are things that you need to address that you're not addressing? Like the coolant thing in the car, I just never checked it. So if I never checked it, I could never know if it was low. So now I'm aware, saying, okay, I need to, like, maybe once every 4 months, once every 6 months, stop and either have a look at the car, because some things you can fix yourself, some things you can kind of tidy up yourself. And obviously I'm referring to your training, nutrition, your lifestyle. Some of those things you can sit down today and fix yourself by just rearranging and tidying things up. Other things, you need to go see a professional. So I was able to do some things today for the car, but the rest of it I had to get a professional to go and do. And between the two of us, we'll get it covered. And between the two of us, we'll get your health covered too. So you'll have noticed a post I put up on Thursday or Friday of last week saying our annual giveaway is coming up. And basically I'm giving away €450 worth of group training for our Kaizen program. Now our Kaizen program is kind of our main membership here. It is, so the term Kaizen is relates to continuous growth, continuous evolution, continuous education, and that's what it's about then as well. It's about, you know, it's our semi-private group training. It's basically personal training but in a group format. That's the layout we've done. It's 12 weeks of training. Again, it's €450 worth. One person will win that towards the end of this month. So I'll have a particular post up. It'll be a competition post, and it's open to everyone within like a 15-mile radius of the gym. If you're willing to travel here, you can be entered into it then as well. So, and that'll be it. So keep an eye out for that post later on. The draw will be done probably within the next fortnight. I just need to tie down a couple of things there as well. I don't want to leave it too long. And that'll be it. So we're going to put that out there. The next time we'll do this will probably be next year. I'll do something small at the start of December for my birthday, just we mark the 2 then, and that'll be it. So folks, that's it. Take it easy. I'll talk to you in episode 42. Good luck. God bless.